What's up guys, Amar here and I'm back with another tutorial, and today we're going to talk a bit more about functions. And what I really want to talk about is how can we use our another function to change our first function and what are problems with it. So first I'm going to say void change name. Then here I'm gonna pass a parameter our player, and yes, you can do that. Then we will call our player and then open and close curly bracket. Something that I want to mention, you can see me like always, not in our start function, but most of the times I will have my curly brackets like here, and sometimes you may see like this. I prefer it this way over than this, but everything is up to you. So that does not actually matter, just I want to mention that. Now when we have our player, we can just say player.role, and let's say we change our role to a mage, or we just can say our role has been changed like this. And now here when I type in healer, so healer dot player info, we do that. And I say print because we need to separate them, so like this. And then we say change name, so change name, and we pass our healer here, so healer, and we typed in here dot player info. So guess what is going to happen when we do that? Here we change our player role to be our role has been changed. And here we change our healer's role. Let's check that out. If I start our game, you'll see in our console that our role is changed. So our role in the game is healer, and here it says our role in the game, our role has been changed. It does not make any sense, but you got my point, because our role has been changed. And as you can see, we are changing our role. And you may be wondering how. But remember last time I talked about, so let's create this. I talked about when we put our healer, so we have memory 1 that is equal to our healer. And when I created the change name, we are pointing our memory 1 to the changed name. So when we have, I'm gonna put it like here. Here we have our memory 1 when we created our player healer. Now when we pass on void change, our change name has been to our memory 1 and changed it right there. So our name is actually changing, as you can see, like in our script. I mean, you saw that before, so I did not start up our project again for the sake of this video. And as you can see, when we put up our function like this, it's actually going to change. But what I actually want to talk about is, let's create our void change number. Void change number. A pass down int a, and here we say a is equal to 3. Now here I'm going to say int c, or int b in our mind, equals to 10. Then we will say print b, and we say change number. We're going to change our b to the 3 again, and then we're going to print our b number. So we're going to just separate them, print, and do like this. And I'm going to comment all this out. So same as we did here. We first call out our player info, call out b. Separate them, change our name, change our number, then print out again. So now when I start our game, we will have a problem. And that is our b is actually not going to change. It's gonna stay the same as it was before. And you'll be like, how is that even possible? It says a equals 3. We have passed out our b. Well, that is a problem, because when we put our integers, they are changing. We are just passing up, down our values, and these values are not changing. But when we put our player role, we actually can change when it's up to a game object. But when it's an integer, you cannot change it actually like this. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but you just can't if you use integer, because integer has its own value that it kind of does not want to change until I do something like b is equal, so let's say like this, and then say here b is equal to 3, then this will change. So clear our console, then we start up again, because we need to do that in the same function. Oh, come on, never mind about this. So as you can see, now it is changed. You see, but it's changed because we changed it in the same way we put it out our integer to b. But when we want to change with our function, it's kind of not possible, because our integer has its own value. But when we put our name, our role, or should I say our role is out there in memory, remembered, like for our healer here. And then when we change it, we go back to the same memory and we change all that. I think you're knowing what I'm trying to say. So everything that does matter is that we cannot change our integers same as we can change our player objects. And you will see that to our game development, I mean, maybe you will come up to the same problem, so you know what is up, why you can't do that. And you will need to find another way to change your number, which actually won't be, I think, that difficult. You will find your way out. So guys, that is everything I want to talk about these functions a bit more. So the point of the whole video was to say that you cannot change our game objects same as you can change our integers, because our integers cannot be changed with another function, even though we passed out our parameter. But when we're changing our player, or should I say player role, it can, because it is a game object that we go straight into. So when you press here player.role, we actually go to our script, change here our role, and then everything else is printed out. But when you put print b and you put it to be a equals 3, it's actually not, I mean, nothing is actually changed, because our b is staying the 10 same as it did before. So guys, that will be everything I want to talk about functions, and that will be it for this video.